Hey everybody, so glad you could join me here today on this first Cabral HouseCall of the weekend, where I get the opportunity to speak with our community, look at the questions that they've written in over the last couple of weeks, and of course, to be able to give you hopefully a great second opinion as to what you might be dealing with now. So without further ado, let's dive into this week's questions. The first one is from Kate. Kate says, "Hi there, Stephen. I'm a big fan of your work, your book, and your podcast." Thank you, Kate. Appreciate that. "All the way from Australia, I'm working in a pharmacy and feeling like I'm sanitizing my hands more than I probably need to. Does hand sanitizer contain endocrine disruptors? And should I consider other options? Thanks heaps." All right. Well, we love our Australian friends. We have many IHPs down in Australia and New Zealand, and always happy to help. So yes, hand sanitizer can absolutely be overdone. Now, is there a time and place for it? Well, I mean, if you're about to eat with your hands, you have no other options, and you've been like, at an airport or a subway, probably good to use it, right? Every once in a while. The problem is that some hand sanitizers also have antibacterials. But regardless, let's kind of go through it. There's alcohol in it. That's kind of one of the main ingredients, but sometimes there's other nasty toxins as well, like triclosan and other phthalates, et cetera, that are in these things, sometimes even parabens. So what I like to share is this. How often do you need to be sanitizing your hands? That's a big thing. I want to share with you why. Because some people just get in the habit of always sanitizing their hands all the time. Now, in a pharmacy, there might be a reason why you need to, right? You might need to, in between, changing out medications, whatever it is. But at the same time, you could also potentially wear gloves, because with hand sanitizer, there's at the very least a drying out and a disruption of the skin microbiome and membrane. So when we look at our skin, right, we look at our hands, it allows, as long as it's not dry and cracked, it allows us to keep the bad out. And if we're not using alcohol or antibacterials on the skin, we have our own natural bacteria that helps to fight off anything else it might also come into. That's just how our microbiomes work, right? We've got a nasal mucosa microbiome. We've got our throat, of course, in our mouth. We have our gut. We've got our skin. We have lots of different microbiomes, and it gets disrupted whenever we're adding anything that kills a lot of that bacteria. The second thing is, if your hands do start to get cracked, now you have a direct entryway for viruses or bacteria or other pathogens or toxins directly into your bloodstream. So that's why you really don't want all of the different issues that can come along with hand sanitizer. So gloves is always an option, or more natural-based methodologies, which are, there's some wipes with essential oils that help to kill bacteria as well, but not in the same harsh way. All right, thanks, Kate, for writing in. Sunny's up next. Sunny says, "Hi, Dr. Paul. Around 18 months ago, I noticed hair loss at the front of my hairline. I'm in good health, and the only changes has been using an infrared sauna 4 to 5 times a week. I tried three PRP sessions, which help with some hair regrowth, but the hair is now coarse, brittle, and wiry. A trichologist suggested possible alopecia areata, but no clear diagnosis was made. I've been using Biotin, Equalife hair support, a red light cap, derma rolling, and copper peptide serum, but haven't seen much improvement. Are there any tests you recommend to investigate further? I'm considering the stress metabolism test. Any advice would be greatly appreciated." Yes, happy to help with this. So, believe it or not, a sauna can cause hair loss. Why can a sauna cause hair loss? The reason is that the high heat over time can cause dryness, brittleness to the hair, and doesn't allow for that same oil to be there on the scalp, which the scalp needs, and so does the hair. So this is why when I go in the infrared sauna, and I've recommended it before, you wear a sauna hat. Really simple, really straightforward, but it is a typically like felt-based hat that, or wool-based, that you can just wear on your head. Women, they put their hair up under it. Men, if you have long hair as well, put it up under it. For me, I have pretty short hair, just kind of sits under the head. But it also, when you put it on before you go in, it creates a pocket of cool air inside there, protecting your hair. You can also use a hair oil that can help with high heat as well, such as an argan oil, etc. So that's the first one you want to do. All right. The second one is that you want to run that stress mood and metabolism test like you were just talking about, because If you're dropping levels of female hormones, estrogen, progesterone, increasing levels of testosterone or cortisol, it can also cause hair loss as well. So we want to be able to look at the outside in, that's the sauna, and the inside out, and that's hormones. All right. So that'll be kind of your best of all worlds, because the sauna is amazing, no doubt about it. But you might want to give it, first do the stress mood and metabolism test. After that, or when you get your results back and you get your own personalized protocol. And by the way, you can find this lab at stephencabral.com/shop. That's where everything is. It just takes you over to Equalife, or you can find it at stephencabral.com/hormones-test. So that's that. And then you might cut out the sauna for a couple weeks, just kind of let everything balance out, add it back in, wear your sauna hat, make sure you're working on your hormones to balance those, both sex hormones and stress hormones. All right. Thanks for writing in. Sheena's up next. Sheena says, hi, Dr. C. Hope you are well and hope 2025 is treating you and your family well. Same to you, Sheena. Quick question. After doing the big 5, my IHP2 has recommended that I do a limited CBO protocol. My question is, because it's a limited protocol, would it be okay for me to do a cheat meal once a week, or should I still wait for after day 21 to have my first cheat meal? Thanks so much. All right. Great question. But remember, you can always ask your IHP2. They have the answers. No doubt about it. So you would still wait 21 days. Yep. So just because you didn't show as high for yeast overgrowth or bacterial overgrowth, there's still a little bit. 21 days. If you can do 21 days, that'll really help to dial it in. Okay. So yes, if you can wait the 21 days, wait the 21 days. All right. Spencer is on deck next. Spencer says, hello, Dr. Cabral, asking a question for my girlfriend. All of a sudden, during a stressful work time, her shoulder started hurting. She had limited range of motion and pain all day. It made sleeping hard. She works from home and wasn't using it or injuring it during this time. It just kind of started to hurt. She went to the orthopedic and he diagnosed with frozen shoulder. Gave her a cortisone shot and said, give it 3 to 6 months and it should go back to normal. I'm wondering if you have anything complementary that could be added to this. Just waiting doesn't feel like the optimal strategy. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, happy to help with this. And it's so strange because you're right. High levels of stress does lead to frozen shoulder in many individuals. It's very fascinating. I actually want to do a little bit of a deep dive on this and see if there's some specific trigger for the frozen shoulder and which individuals are most susceptible to it. But I've seen it many times in my practice. People come to me, oh, frozen shoulder. And so remember, from like 1996 until, I don't know, the late 2000s, I was really neck deep in nutrition, body transformation, strength and conditioning, personal training, rehab. And so I saw a lot of people with this. And so we always did complementary rehabilitative exercises, always. So I definitely recommend this, especially if your girlfriend works from home. I don't know how old or so the two of you are, but no matter what, if you continue to sit most of the day, your posture, you're going to become more kyphotic, rounded shoulders, and lordotic, rounded low back. And so what we want to work on is the posture right away. And then also the strength balance of stretching out the pectorals with the chest muscles and strengthening the rhomboids and posterior deltoids, all the muscles that help with really good posture. So I definitely recommend seeing a functional physical therapist or a functional functional conditioning specialist who does range of motion type things as well. NASM certified personal trainer, see someone good to get on a program, even if you don't meet with them each week. That'll be really helpful. And then of course, I recommend good, healthy diet, right? Lots of brightly colored fruits and veggies, so it's anti-inflammatory, but use daily omega-3 support, use the daily nutritional support, and use vitamin D3 at the very least. So those 3 at the very least, everybody should be using. Either the daily nutritional support shake, which is the all-in-one powder, or the daily activated multi, your choice if you're already getting enough protein. And then the, daily omega-3s, get at least 2 grams a day. That's 2 soft gels. And then vitamin D3, it'd be best to run your lab at stephencabral.com/shop for vitamin D. But if not, then typically a 4,000 IUs for most adults works great per day. That is liquid vitamin D or the capsules. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's the minimum I would do. All right. And then if she wants to add the advanced collagen support to her shake, she can for the joints, tendons, ligaments. All right. And by the way, that advanced collagen support, Sheena, I know that it was Sunny, right? Yeah, Sunny. Just make sure you're on, hopefully you haven't stopped listening to the show, that you are on the daily foundational protocol level 2. that you're using the immune support, which is the D3, the zinc, and the vitamin C. And then if you want, add the advanced collagen support. So all of that's going to help with hair growth. And then if you're already on the daily hair support, so obviously that was going to help. Okay, one more question for today. It's from Kavita. Kavita says, hello, Dr. Cabral. I have a question about my husband's diagnosis and also the history. Looking for some answers from you, as you have mentioned several times that everything is curable. I have said that. You're right. This is, again, everything is curable. Yes. I just don't want that to be taken overboard. A person's 102 years old. They have like mitral valve, cardiovascular issues, et cetera, like this person's terminal-based case. But in 99% of cases that we see, everything is fixable. It really is. It doesn't mean it's going to happen right away, but there's always an underlying root cause. So we have to find the underlying root cause. Okay, so Kavita, let's see what the underlying root cause is. This is the diagnosis from the doctor. All right, so it's a long one, so I'll give you the synopsis. Right leg numbness is setting in with peroneal neuropathy at the head of the bulla versus right, lumbosacral radiculopathy at L5. So she's talking about basically the spine and hips. Superimposed on likely diabetic neuropathy. So basically this is the numbness, this is the tingliness, the numbness overall with neuropathy. Improving symptoms of right lower lateral, leg, foot numbness with distribution. Okay, so a lot of weakness, a lot of numbness in the legs, the feet, and the hips. Totally get it. They put them on medications like gabapentin, and this individual is a type 2 diabetic. All right. So here we go. What do we need to do? Well, a lot of people would come to me and they say, I want to help get rid of the neuropathy, the numbness, all of those things. And I would say, I totally get it. Here's how we do that. We peel back the onion. We can start to do some things for inflammation, and that's going to help right away with a lot of the neuropathy. But the real underlying root issue is the type 2 diabetes, because it's the type 2 diabetes and the dysregulated blood sugar that ultimately leads to the numbness and neuropathy. So what we need to do, believe it or not, all of this is fixable. Type 2 diabetes, you can fix blood sugar levels. Now, if it's type 1, there's one case that they've used stem cells with that actually has been fixable, but we've got a ways to go for type 1 diabetes. It's different, right? The alpha cells versus beta cells of the pancreas are different. So type 1 can't produce insulin. Type 2, you have insulin resistance and other factors. So what we need to do is get this human, your husband, as healthy as humanly possible. So what do? Well, you can't just say, well, we're just going to fix the type 2 diabetes. No, you have to say, what's the underlying root cause of the diabetes? And then we would start to do, and again, I can't provide any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, medical diagnosis. But let's just say it was me or a family member. You know, I would be going to watch the blood sugar levels because this person's diabetic. We'd be doing the 21-day detox. We'd be doing the daily foundational protocol level 2, but only after we ran the big 5 labs, because we would look at omega-6 to omega-3 levels. I'm sure those have to improve. We would look at your vitamin levels, mineral levels, heavy metals, gut-based health. We'd look at food sensitivities, and we would look at, what's the one that I'm missing? Hormones and cortisol and overall sleep. So there's not one thing you fix it all. But that's the nice thing, because once the body becomes healthy, here's the thing, a healthy body can't be sick. A healthy body can't have type 2 diabetes. So that's what we work on and we fix. If your husband or you haven't read the Rain Barrel Effect, that's the best first place to start, because it's difficult to say like, I don't know about this. Is this really true? If you read the book, you have a deeper level understanding, and then you're able to say, okay, I think this makes sense or not. And if it doesn't make sense, then it's not the right path for you. And I totally get it. But if you want a free copy of the book, I give the book away now for free. It is in its, 6th year or so, or maybe almost 7. Pretty unbelievable. Time really just flies. I am working on my latest and newest book that was supposed to be out 2 years ago, but that's going to take some time as well because I'm teaching a brand new certification with IHP level 3. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Hopefully this was helpful. The free book is at stephencabral.com, stephencabral.com/free book. It is for anybody that doesn't have a copy. You just pay for the shipping. I pay to print the book, and we ship that all over the US. International customers can find it at stephencabral.com/shop. Have an amazing day, everybody. Take care. I'll talk with you soon. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.